Hello everyone. How are you all? Children, welcome back to SST class. Today's date is 28th of July 2020. Okay dear children, and today is Tuesday. In recapitulation, we shall see the explanation of chapter number 2 that we have already done, Understanding Secularism, and I'll explain you the question and answers on page number 26. So please open your books, page number 26, Social and Political Life. Then assignment will be on page number 27, question number 7. You have to see the poster carefully and write few words in R&B. Okay dear children, then you have to take an A4 size sheet and make poster on the basis of that. Okay, time allotted is 30 minutes. Summary for today will be: the Indian Constitution mandates that Indian state be secular. Secular means, yes, all religions are treated equally. Okay, dear children. So come to the question and answers. Children, notebook work for all history, political and geography will remain in the same notebook. So this chapter you will do in notebook. In this way, you will first of all mention the date. Then you have to write social and political life, chapter number 2, understanding secularism. Okay dear children, then you have to write new words, and then you have to write CW here and PW here. That means practice work. Later you have to learn and write them here again. Okay dear children. So these are the new words that you have to learn. First is Christian. Second is persecute, recognition, tyranny, irrespective, dominate, untouchability, secularism and intervene. Okay dear children, so you have to learn them later and write them here for practice work. Okay, in the same manner, just divide the page into two like this with a ruler, or you can fold the paper even. Okay dear children, then you will write question and answers that we are going to discuss. Number 26, to discuss the question and answers. Question number 1, list the different types of religious practice that you find in your neighborhood. This could be different forms of prayer, worship of different gods, sacred sites, different kinds of religious music and singing, etc. Now, does this indicate freedom of religious practice? So, children, we know that when secularism is there, and if we are living in such a community or a society where people follow different religion, we never interfere in that. Everybody has the right to pray, worship and do any ceremony according to his or her wish. Okay, so you can write your answer in these points. The various types of religious practices found in my neighborhood are Hindus performing puja and celebrating their various festivals as we all do, Muslims offering namaz, Sikhs visiting the Gurudwara, and Christians praying in the church. Children, you might know that a live incident, or you can say instance, I can tell you that in a school, if a teacher follows a Muslim religion I have ever seen this. That's why I'm telling you also. If a male is there and he is a teacher and he is given permission by the authority to go for namaz on Fridays. Even he can leave school earlier. By 1 o'clock he can leave because that's the time for their prayer on Fridays. So what is this? This is religious freedom. Now, have got answer? That I mean to say. And next is asking, does this indicate freedom of religious practice? Yes, definitely. It does implicate freedom of religious practice because many people belonging to different cultures and religions stay together and celebrate festivals. Question number 2. Will the government intervene if some religious group says that their religion allows them to practice infanticide? Give reasons for your answer. Children, what is infanticide? Killing of small babies. Okay? So the government will surely intervene if some religious group says that their religion allows them to practice infanticide. Okay? Because we cannot kill anybody. It's a kind of crime. So that's why the government can intervene in it. Needless to say that the practice of infanticide is a crime. Under this practice, the life of a newly born child is killed. So the law does not allow anyone to kill a life. Okay, dear children? Please keep taking screenshots so that you can do the answer. These two questions were to be done in notebook. Okay. Now next, this you should do in your book only, one by one column we are discussing. So the objective is given. Okay, we have to complete the following. One religious community does not dominate another. Why is it important? Write down. It's important. Quickly write down in your books, children, with pencil. It is important for establishing harmony in the society. Okay? If harmony is not there, then everyone would fight with each other. Okay? So we have to create harmony. And you can write these 2 points. Okay? You have space there. A Muslim example of violation of this objective. A Muslim family living among Hindu people in locality is forbidden to offer namaz. Okay, correct the spelling of namaz. It will be Z over here. Okay. A Hindu religious procession is not allowed to cross along the road passing through a mosque. Okay, any one you can write. Now next. The state does not enforce any particular religion nor take away the religious freedom of individuals. Yes, why is it important? It is important so that every individual in a country has the right to follow the religion of their choice. That is what makes the nation a secular country. Our country is a secular country. So the state never enforces anybody to do so. We do it according to our wishes. Okay. Next, example of violation of this objective is India is a country where people from different castes and religion reside. However, Pakistan has declared itself as an Islamic nation, but we will never do it. Next, that some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community. It is important in order to establish equality in the society. And next example of violation of this is, it is Dalit. Please check the spelling, dear children. It is Dalit. Okay. This. Dalits. discouraged to enter a temple. It was in previous time before independence, okay, and before that. So now it is not so. Understood everyone? So take a screenshot and write it carefully in your book. You have space below that. 6th question also. You can make arrows and write there also if you feel you are unable to write in these boxes. I hope you can easily do it. Okay? Yes. Now again, look up the annual calendar of holidays of your school. How many of them pertain to different religions? What does this indicate? Children, for this I request you to just see your previous school calendar. This year now we shall be providing you when the school reopens, but you can go for the previous one, okay? So the annual calendar of our school marks holidays like Eid we have there, which is celebrated by Muslims, Diwali which is a Hindu festival, Christmas which is celebrated by Christians, and Guru Nanak Jayanti which is a Sikh festival. So this proves that India is a secular country and every individual has the right to religious freedom. Understood everyone? So you can take a marker and do it in your calendar, the previous one. Okay dear children? Next. Now find out some examples of different views within the same religion. Among Muslims, many people believe in Parda system, whereas many do not approve of it and see it as an interference in the freedom of women. Isn't it, children? Yeah, it is there with every community, not only with the Muslims. In our society, it is also there. So, this is an example of that. The Indian state both keeps away from religion as well as intervenes in religion. This idea can be quite confusing. Now discuss this once again in class using examples from the chapter as well as those you might have come up with. Have you all read the chapter, dear? I told you to read the chapter and find out tough words and meanings. Yes, now let's go for the answer. The Indian state keeps away from religion as well as intervenes in religion. This idea is quite confusing. It allows Sikh citizens to wear turbans and thereby be exempt from the use of helmets. I gave you example when we were explaining the chapter. But it also disallows government schools from celebrating any particular religious festival. These are the two examples I discussed when I was explaining you the chapter. So this is quite confusing. Annual holidays are given with regard to all religion and not any specific ones. So sometimes it seems, but as I told you, our constitution is a very flexible constitution, okay? So it happens. Now children, come to page number 27. This is going to be your assignment. So write assignment and time limit for the assignment is 15 minutes. Okay dear children? So read it carefully. What's given? This poster alongside highlights the need of peace. It says peace is a never-ending process. Can you see this poster carefully? It cannot ignore our differences or overlook our common interest. Now write in your own words what you think the above sentences are trying to convey. You can write over here. A lot of space is there. And how does it relate to the need for the religious tolerance? Understood, dear children? Now, this chapter had 3 drawings on religious tolerance made by students of your age. Now, what you have to do? You have to take a sheet, any sheet, A4 size sheet, and you have to design your own poster on religious tolerance for your peers. I'm showing you examples from the book. Yes. Can you see dear? Yes. This poster is made by children only. Okay. So you can see it on page number 19. Okay. Can you see all? Yes, this is made by children of your age. Next, we have on page number 20. Okay. Can you see this, children? Yes, this poster. This is made by children only. Yes. Now next page 21. Yes, got this. This is all made by children of your age. Now I want to see how you people do it. Okay, dear children. So please give a thumbs up when you have watched the video. Try to complete the assignment in the time given or the limits given and send me as soon as possible. Okay, dear children. Take care. Bye bye.